Good afternoon, listeners. I usually don't find my personal life worthy or necessary to report on. It's only professional to keep things focused on the news and such. However, I have had a very strange day so far here at the studio on level 4. I entered the library today to find not a single soul here alongside me. Not a security guard, nor patron, no other staff at all. So, naturally, I assumed at first that this must be Sunday. The main library is closed on Sundays, so this assumption made sense. But all of my devices say it's Tuesday. And we all know never to distrust a device or the information held upon it. Another strange thing is that all the lights are on. One would assume that someone had to have been here to turn the lights on. But, whether there are people within the building or not, my device says it's Tuesday, and therefore the show must go on. In local news, yesterday, Hello? Is anyone there? Listeners, did you hear that? I'd better go investigate. While I'm gone, enjoy this pre-recorded advertisement. Are you tired of reading on screens? Miss the feeling of paper in your hands? Want to feel the weight of a novel before you open its dusty cover to find adventure within? Well, that's just too bad. The penalty for reading physical books is far, far too high to risk. Why, I'd gladly take jail time over the book penalty. Some may call it backwards, and some may protest the existence of said penalty, but as I always say, why risk it? Companies who I cannot name, but who I can compare to oranges and doors, will be very pleased with your decision. Is that the end of the script? You'd think they would have given me the names of the company they wanted me to advertise for. Strange. I've returned, and I couldn't find a single thing. Well, not a living one, anyway. I have no idea what closed that door. The smiling owl, perhaps? That aside, as long as the mic is hot, I'll be bringing you the latest in local news and information. Is this current experience considered local news? I wonder if any other stations are on the air right now. Are there other radio hosts out there, just waiting as I am, to see if anyone else tunes in to hear them? Bear with me and let's find out together. Assuming anyone is actually currently listening to me either. Well, I thought I had something there, but it's too far away to pick up, and it easily could have been pre-recorded. Am I the last person alive? I have never wished for this day. And wouldn't you know it, I'm peering out our studio windows, and even with the streets empty, even without the highway full of cars as it usually is, our city is still so beautiful. Since our first broadcast, I have had several lovely listeners write in to say, "You say you're in Little Rock, but I haven't seen any of these things happening. This doesn't sound like the Little Rock I know." And to that, listeners, I say, I have no idea what you're talking about. From the beautiful lights downtown in the evenings to the Arkansas River monster, the trolley run by ghosts, and the bridges that always seem to change position. From even the local news stations to that one little ice cream shop that has no address but always seems to appear exactly when you need it most. We are Little Rock, with its rolling hills and its spectacular lights from the antenna farm atop Chenal Mountain. This is the place we call home, a familiar place, even though the river has seemed to change position a few times. I mean, I cross it to get downtown, but I also cross it to get to West Little Rock. Does that even make sense? And then I cross it again even if I've gone north rather than south, which just doesn't make any sense at all. I do love our beautiful little city and all of its quirks. Now, if only I wasn't occupying it alone. It's so strange, speaking as I always do, but wondering for the first time ever if there is anyone out there listening, if anyone can hear me. I suppose all I can do now is continue to be the best journalist I know how to be, even in this strange and potentially dire situation. Which brings me to our local news. Yesterday, a patron entered the library, They nodded at the front desk as they entered and walked gently towards the elevators to avoid their shoes clicking loudly on the solid floor. They entered an open elevator and pressed the button for the second floor. Once on the second floor, they asked a staff member if they could access the internet, and the staff member assisted them with logging into a computer and getting it online. The patrons spent a while scrolling through Facebook and checking important emails, enjoying their time. Once they were finished, they thanked the staff and found themselves back on the first floor. While there, a new books display caught their eye. They found one of the books to be too interesting to leave at the library, so they brought it to the desk, and a first-floor staff member checked it out for them. They thanked the staff member and left the building. And that's all I know, since this is being reported by staff members directly impacted by the incident. However, I could see the parking lot from my window here in the studio. Here is what I saw. Patron, after exiting the building, walked to their car. They opened the car and turned the key. They proceeded to sit for a while without moving, perhaps to warm up. It is a little cold outside. And then they made their way out of the parking lot and turned onto I-30. Then they were gone. What a chilling event. We'd like to thank the other library staff in the building for helping us report on this thrilling news. In much less local news, 聞こえた気がした。感じた気がしたんだ。震え出す今この胸で。もう来る気がした。幾千の朝を声新しが待ってる気がした。読んでる気がしたんだ。震えてるこの魂が見つけた気がした。幾億の夢のように消え去れる日を見送った手を振った。ありがとうと。And with that, I give you the weather. The forecast today sounds every bit as lonesome as I feel. And I don't tend to be a lonesome man, at least not outwardly. But today, being the only living, breathing being I've seen all day, it has a feeling of solitude to it. I don't even know if I should give you programming updates. I don't even know if there is a you, if anyone is even listening. But you know, I cannot allow myself to become discouraged. I will hold on to hope that my voice is reaching more than just my own ears. And with this cautious enthusiasm, I give you the traffic report. Well, looking out my studio window, I see not a single car or human being. So if the entire world is like this, I'd say we're having absolutely no delays whatsoever anywhere. Except, of course, for the level 4 music and DVD section, which is naturally flowing a little slowly today, as it tends to on occasion. Today's traffic report was brought to you by your local gas station. Are you still consuming fossil fuels? Still driving a gas-guzzling machine across town? Alarmed at the rising gas prices? Good. Don't worry about gas prices. Don't worry about your vehicle's impact on the environment. Don't worry about anything. Stop at your local gas station and fill up your tank. Pick up a snack while you're at it. Sometimes we even have sushi. You know you can always trust gas station sushi. Be sure to spend as much as you can. Don't worry about your wallet. Your local gas station, here to take your money in the fastest, most efficient way possible. More in local news, there has been another incident with the staff vending machine, and it seems things are escalating. When one can find the staff vending machine, which is rare, one will notice that the snacks and drinks inside often don't make much sense. We all have a favorite kind of soda, diet or otherwise. Well, inside of this machine, they aren't off-brands. No, There are non-existent brands. The last time I checked, Beppis wasn't a real soda. Inside the consistently moving, ever-changing staff machines, you can buy Beppis or Conch products, also Dofrito chips, yes, Dofrito chips, and Oriri cookies. I found the staff vending machine myself yesterday and purchased some nacho cheese Dofritos and a Beppis. The names of non-existent brands also seem to change. Today you can buy Conch and Beppis, but tomorrow you may be able to purchase Beepis and Coat. In theory, this vending machine is supposed to be off-limits to the public, but considering its habit of moving around, this isn't a guarantee. If you purchase anything from the vending machine, staff or otherwise, please write in to let us know the brand name you purchased, no matter how otherworldly it sounded. We're trying to compile a list to see if any patterns emerge. Thank you. Well, listeners, seeing as how it's still empty as a tomb in here, let me go ahead and take you to a pre-recorded message from your favorite higher-ups, State Administration. Well, listeners, you just wouldn't believe it. Seemingly, the entire city of Little Rock is somehow, someway, shoved into my humble little recording studio. I don't mean to yell at you all, but it's become quite noisy in here. I am no longer the last person on Earth at all. Streets are crowded, traffic is backed up all the way down the highways. It seems humanity has returned. And as absolutely overjoyed as I am to no longer be alone, I find myself getting quickly overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people in this tiny room. There must be several hundred, which, based on the size of the room, should be absolutely impossible. Okay, I think... Hello? Excuse me? Yes, could we just... I'm live on air. Could we... Yes, please just... Yes, thank you. I'm very glad to be in a populated world again. I am also very glad to have my studio back to myself. I do not think I'll worry myself too much about how or why everyone was gone. Perhaps I'll ask the library staff off-air to see what they remember. But now, everything is right again. The sun is setting on our beautiful, populated city. It's so nice to have our day ending in such a comfortable and familiar way. You know, days like today make me think. I speak to you all every week, but have I ever even told you my name? I am coming to you live from my studio on the 4th floor of the main library in downtown Little Rock. My name is Victor. I've been honored to be your radio host again this evening, and as always, stay tuned.